is up, guys? TYSON DELACRUZ here. Thank you so much for rocking with me. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump, number 47, has launched lawsuits claiming damages against several media outlets, demanding $10 million in damages over articles and news outlets critical to Donald Trump. Shout out to everybody watching. Drop your comments down below. Smash the like button if you kindly would. And this video is brought to you by Printify. Printify is an absolute game changer. Anyone looking to turn their creativity into cash. They let you design custom products, think like shirts, mugs, hats, all with zero upfront costs. And you get to run your business on platforms like TikTok, Etsy, Shopify, and even Amazon. Crazy, right? People love showing off their fandom with custom merch. But you want to know what's even better? Finding a niche, whether it's a holiday-themed product, niche design for a specific audience, niche down, and boom. With AI tools, designing has never been easier. Printify makes it easy to sell your products at unbeatable prices. Are you ready to turn your designs into dollars? Get started today with Printify, and you're not just creating a store, you're creating a dream side hustle. Now it's your turn. Click the link below to get started with Printify and start making money today. So this article came out, and I'm glad that they're doing this. I am glad that this is happening. Donald Trump is suing CBS News for $10 billion over edits on 60-minute Harris interview. And he's he's looking at to sue some other places as well. Former President Donald Trump filed a $10 billion lawsuit against CBS News on Thursday, October 31st, accusing the network of manipulating the interview with Vice President Kamala Harris.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
Well, Bill, the work that we have done has resulted in a number of movements in that region by Israel that were very much prompted by or a result of many things, including our advocacy for what needs to happen in the region.
But it seems that Prime Minister Netanyahu is not listening.
We are not going to stop pursuing what is necessary for the United States to be clear about where we stand on the need for this war to end.
On 60 Minutes, Trump's legal team claims the network misrepresented Harris's answers in a way that could influence the election. According to court filings, the full interview aired with different responses from Harris than what was shown on the promotional clip that led Trump to claim the edit was partisan act aimed to deceive voters.
How about the thing with CBS? Okay, tell me. You heard about CBS where they changed your answer and everything. Did you hear about that?
Is this where she's sitting outside the plane?
Yeah, it's the biggest scandal in broadcast. I've never heard. She did a very bad interview with them. It was taped and going live, but it was essentially taped. And she gave some really stupid answers. And what they did is they cut those answers out and they put other answers in. And I think it's really I think it's a very bad act, probably a criminal act, but it's certainly election interference and license threatening. You know, they have licenses. And I just think it's one of the worst things I've heard. Think of it. It's a news organization, too. And I think 60 Minutes is under the news umbrella. And they do an interview and she gives a bad answer and they take it out entirely. It's not like they did a little. I mean, they took the whole thing out and they put another answer from another question in there, which didn't make sense either. I mean, that was a lousy answer also. But nobody's ever heard of something like that.
We already know, right? Her entire campaign was just completely manipulated, you know? And actually, somebody, my mind sent me this on Discord. He said, let's do the math. Kamala Harris's election budget was $1 billion divided by 90 days. So $1 billion divided by 90 days. That is $11 million spent a day by the Democrat Party. And they managed to go $20 million in debt.
We learned two things about Kamala this election. She's good at raising money and she's good at blowing it. But money can't buy you elections, especially when you spend it like she did. She raked in more than $1 billion and is somehow now in debt. The Washington Examiner dug through her financial statements and gave us a good clue why. Kamala's campaign was getting whacked like a piñata while D.C. leeches hoovered up all the cash. She spent over $50 million on payroll. Trump's campaign spent less than 10. Another 12 million went to consultants, and 20 million went to their little concerts with Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Christina Aguilera, John Bon Jovi, remember him? They even had to cancel a performance by Alanis Morissette because they were running low on cash. Isn't that ironic? But it worked out nicely for Oprah. She got her friend Kamala to pay her $1 million to interview her in September. $1 million. Now, if she thought she was saving democracy, she should have done it for free.
How do you think the election went?
Not talking about the election. Thank you very much.
Oh, is it true that they paid you $1 million for the endorsement for Kamala?
Not true.
Not true, okay.
I was paid nothing, ever.
What do you think about all the celebrities with their mass exodus?
I'm not talking about
Do you think Prince Harry's gonna lose his visa now that Trump's president? Thank you, Oprah.
And added money to the to our deficit. And I wonder, I haven't dove into this yet, but I wonder what happens to that money. What happens to the debt money? You know, does Kamala Harris have to go to work like Doug says? Does she have to go to work? You know, put her head down and go to work?
Kamala did what Kamala always does. She just put her head down and she went to work.
How does that money get recouped? And she was lying to the donors, saying that they were leading, that they were competitive, and to get more money. Apparently, Oprah got $1 million. Apparently, Beyonce got money for 4 minutes. It is crazy to me. 4 minutes, $10 million. Beyonce, right? She didn't even perform. Election officials in Pennsylvania are stating that the Senate race was cheated and they're looking for a recount. Excuse me? What about 2020?
We reject all three categories of these ballots.
Your motion is to reject or dismiss the challenges in this category in front of you?
Correct, yep.
Not going to second that, mostly because I think we all know that precedent by a court doesn't matter anymore in this country, and people violate laws anytime they want. So for me, if I violate this law, it's because I want a court to pay attention to it.
Absolutely ridiculous, right? They want to recount. But 2020, they weren't allowing the recount, right? It's bananas. This is what Savannah Hernandez, shout out to Savannah Hernandez, had to say about this.
Absolutely insane. Number one, regarding Pennsylvania, Bob Casey just needs to concede. It's absolutely hilarious to me that the Democrats who have been attacking and utilizing the DOJ to come after American citizens and President Donald Trump for the past 4 years for trying to overturn an election are now questioning election results because they do not like the fact that the country is awake, that people are pushing back, and we just want prosperity and freedom. And again, I can't thank you enough for that, Alex. Every single time I go on a show, anytime I'm even on my own show personally, I always have to bring you up because you really did instill the spirit of 1776 within me and within so many people. And you woke us up to just how corrupt this government is, not only currently, but has been for decades.
I heard in a recent article that they're looking to have more conservative viewpoints on The View. I don't know. I know that there's doing, what's up, Shelly? I know that they're doing a mass reconfiguration in a lot of these networks and a lot of these news outlets, newspaper outlets. I don't even want to call it a newspaper because I don't even get a newspaper anymore, but they're getting a lot of reorganization in these areas, and they want more conservative views. If you like this video and you want to see more, click right here to see more.